Hello my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, please allow for me to introduce myself to you. My name's Vanessa Somuayina. You guys know me as your big sis from the internet, as well as your favorite psychic medium here on YouTube. And in today's two-part, highly personalizable pick a card tarot reading, we are going to delve into your May love predictions. Guys, I can't believe it's about to be May. How crazy is that? And what makes this video so interactive and so special is that you get to put together your very own psychic reading. In order to receive part one of your reading, I have prepared these three groups that I will introduce you to in just a moment's time. And then once you have selected and watched one of these three groups, which you picked based on your gut feeling, also known as your intuition, you will get to pick another group, which is based on the element of your zodiac sign. So there are four elements, right? We've got fire, air, earth, and water. And each sign of the zodiac corresponds to one of these elements. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius correspond to the element of fire. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces correspond to the element of water. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo correspond to the element of earth, while Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini correspond to the element of air. What you're going to do is you're going to tune into part one, which is based on these three groups. Then you click your zodiac sign's corresponding element in order to receive the second, even more personalized part of your May love prediction, making for a highly interactive combination of two individual parts, which means that the different possibilities of mixtures in readings are far higher than if there's only three groups, so you know that your reading is truly personal and meant for you. But anyways, you guys, enough explaining. I'm sure you guys get how this works, so let's get into the three groups that I have prepared for you for part one of your reading. Group number one corresponds to the Work Your Light Oracle cards, as well as the Azurite crystal. Group number two corresponds to the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, as well as the Fluorite crystal. And group number three corresponds to the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards, as well as the Black Obsidian crystal. As already mentioned, the timestamps of all three groups, as well as all four elements, can be found below in the description box, but also pinned to the top of the comment section. That way you guys have quick and easy access from your phones, your tablets, your TVs, and your laptops. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy so you can meditate on these three groups. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need a little bit of extra time to make up your mind as to which group you would like to choose. I would go with whichever color combination and crystal texture that you feel represents the love life that you want to attain during the month of May, and go with whatever speaks to you in the most authentic way. And I'll be right back to guide you into your readings. All right, my beautiful souls, by now you've hopefully been able to select one of these three groups. I will be starting off your readings with group number one, which corresponds to the Work Your Light Oracle deck, as well as the Azurite crystal. So if this is the group that you chose, then simply continue watching. And to my other beautiful groups, as well as elements, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number one, and welcome to your May love predictions. You chose the Work Your Light Oracle deck, as well as the Azurite crystal. Let's first do a little close-up of the crystal of your choice. People also refer to Azurite as the stone of heaven. It is a soft and prismatic crystal, which is known for its vibrant blue color, and it symbolizes inner strength and emotional balance. You may have intuitively picked this crystal and felt drawn to it because guess what? This crystal is meant to help you remove physical and emotional blockages. It is meant to help enhance cellular repair and promote oxygen flow throughout the body and brain, and potentially even aid in treating degenerative disorders and alleviating migraines. That is what is said about the Azurite, and throughout history it has been used to shield and clear away tension, and it has been used in the homes and offices of a lot of very powerful individuals for feng shui practices in order to help create and enhance a spiritual connection in a space, as well as foster more creativity and better communication. So this is a very special crystal that you chose, group number 1, but there's a reason why you intuitively felt like this would be the perfect stone for you for part 1 of your May love prediction. So without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we've got Lemuria. Lemuria, or Mu, as a lot of people call it in short form, is believed to have been a continent where heaven really was a place on earth. So Lemurians, which were the inhabitants of Lemuria, were thought of as a peaceful, highly intelligent race of people that existed millions of years ago. And in Lemuria, life worked in harmony, all beings were respected and seen as equal, and they were deeply, deeply protective of Mother Earth. So a lot of these myths that we have about Lemuria speak of there being a great flood or cataclysm, which brought about the end and sinking of Lemuria. So some of it went into the ocean and shapeshifted into whales, dolphins, and mermaids. Others went underground into tunnels deep in the earth. Others became the stone people, and others fled to other lands and continents. It's thought that the Lemurians actually ended up becoming shamans and healers of the globe and passing their gifts on throughout the history of the human race. So Lemuria showing up is a clear sign for you, group number 1, that you are the type of person who was a Lemurian. These type of abilities of healing, being there for other people that come naturally to you, are actually here to share your history, who you used to be in another lifetime. And I want you to know that when it comes to your love prediction, this actually makes it extremely clear that you have to be very selective, that you either pick another Lemurian in love, or that you be very wise to the fact that there are some energetic vampires here, and you've got to protect the fact that you are the type of giver and nurturer that other peoples cannot say no to, and that often falls prey to narcissists. So being someone who is highly empathetic can sometimes be a struggle in this day and age on planet Earth when it comes to love. But your guides are trying to tell you, for May, just say yes. There are some really amazing opportunities in love coming to you. Don't overthink it, just say yes. If you have got dating apps, just say yes to that date. Of course, make sure that you are staying safe. You are just a couple swipes away from a very interesting month of May, romantically speaking. And if you are the type of person who is looking to meet another individual organically, try to smile a little more. I know this sounds so cheesy, and I know this sounds very anti-feminism of me, but do know here that just holding someone's gaze for a little longer, smiling a little more, having a body language of confidence but also ease is the key to having people come up to you, talk to you, and make that first move. If you look like you're rushing from appointment to appointment, it will also make it more difficult for people to feel as though you're approachable. So it's not necessarily about feeding into patriarchal expectations, but it's more about just being a human being that is approachable. I mean, let's be real, group number 1. Who would you rather approach? Someone who is in a rush, who looks stressed out, someone who has a frown or just like a resting bee face? Or would you rather approach someone who seems to have a little bit of extra time, is able to walk confidently but not in a rush at all, and has a smile on their face and holds your gaze for just that extra second that gives you the confidence to think in your head, maybe they're interested in me too? I think the answer is crystal clear. Now here within the pillar of light, I see that the month of May is bringing a rising vibration to your love life. So because you're taking these tips on board and you're taking on board the fact that maybe you can budget in an extra 5 to 10 minutes wherever you're going just to be in the energy of ease and the energy of being confident yet having time on your hands to not have to rush, is actually going to serve you in so many other ways as well, not just in love. But as already mentioned, this will be highly beneficial to your love life as well, group number 1. And here within clarity, we have a very clear vision of what you want in love, in life, and what you want of yourself and your future partners too. You don't expect anything out of the ordinary, group number 1, but there are just certain things that you're not going to compromise on, and you've got clarity in that, whether it be a looks criteria. For me, for example, when it comes to a looks criteria, I did not have this criteria before, but now that I get to really pick a soulmate and a twin flame and find that for my life, I would like a soulmate if I can pick a criteria who is taller than me, as I am a pretty tall person. And that's just something I like physically. For someone else, it may be curly hair. For the third person, it may be blue eyes. For another individual, it may be very soft looking, even skin. We all have kind of physical criteria that we love. And as long as you don't pair it up to be like this whole Lemurian experience of someone having like clear skin, blue eyes, being extremely tall, extremely athletic, having curly hair, light hair, dark hair, whatever, you know what I mean, just this huge laundry list. As long as you're not doing that, trust me, having clarity will guide you to so many beautiful options of people that you're going to feel, okay, this is a good situation for me. This is something that I truly like. And for me, I would say taller than myself, which is not too difficult to do, as well as good hygiene. And having clarity on that is something that has made it very easy to weed out the people that I just know I don't want to pick from. And I want you to know, group number 1, that while this may sound, in a sense, shallow, after all, we're human beings. Most of us have the sensory perception of being able to use our eyes, and there's nothing wrong with liking what you see in love and with a romantic partner. At the end of the day, it is about happiness, and actually, it can increase your happiness to have clarity on what you want and to go for it. I think some people, I want to say a lot of us, we feel guilty for not giving someone a chance because, they're not within what we would like physically or emotionally, mentally. And it's not your responsibility, group number 1, to give everyone a chance, because when you do that, you can end up stuck in a relationship or a situationship that ends up just wasting your time because it wasn't what you wanted to begin with anyways. So May is about focusing on your happiness. May is about going for what you want. The month of May in love is not only going to bring you happiness and clarity, but also this feeling of saying yes and things going well when you say yes. If you're someone who is often hesitant to just say yes when a offer is made for going out, having fun, or doing something differently, then know that May is going to be your new beginning. The Daffodil Fairy confirms May as your month of change, of a fresh start, and love just being different, feeling lighter, and in a way very dreamy and ethereal. As we connected with Lemuria, which is all about your ancestry and who you were in another life, I do want you to know here with the Daffodil Fairy that connecting to that more intentionally and with more clarity, group number 1, it is definitely bringing you this very fun and lighthearted energy that you deserve within your love life. And the Bear Spirit shows me here that you have been a little bit in hibernation and in healing mode, because the thing here with healing is that when we take time to do this, then we actually prepare ourselves to be amazing partners for an upcoming person. And I believe everybody should take time to heal, especially if you've been in a challenging, abusive, or gaslighty type of relationship, which of course is also abuse, but I just wanted to include that separately as well. I know it can be very triggering to hear about it, but trust that healing from it and having experienced it is not only going to make you a better future partner or future spouse, but it will also make you a better parent. It will make you someone who is invaluable at your workplace that people can't easily exchange, because you just have this emotional intelligence that you can't really compare with a lot of other individuals, because you've actually taken time to process and heal and understand what has happened to you in the past. Now, the spirit guardian of winter shows me that in May you will be spending time indoors, so you are not going to go out as much, hence the weather is not always going to be the best where you're at, and it's just going to be more comfortable to spend time indoors with another person, group number 1. So retreating indoors also means more of an opportunity to get intimate, to get close in that sense. So it's up to you to decide whether that's something you want to engage in, whether that's something that you feel ready for. I always believe it's best to go with your intuition, to go with your gut feeling, and also ask yourself about the intentionality that you've got with this person that you're with. Is it that you would like to be with them for a long period of time? Is this just a relationship that is here in order to spend the moment with each other? Is it just a situationship, just a hookup? And also ask yourself how you're being treated in love and whether that is what you want out of the relationship. Like if someone is only calling you late at night or is only wanting to see you indoors to retreat, right, to be away from the public and isn't planning proper dates with you, you may have just found yourself in a situationship, group number 1. You may just be in a kind of hook-up relationship. There's nothing to be ashamed of if this is something that has happened to you or is currently happening to you, but you got to ask yourself, is that the intention that you had for this connection and this relationship? Is this the intention that you have for the month of May and beyond? Or is this something that you want to readjust, get out of, and change for yourself? And I see here within the priestess that what your guides are trying to say to you right now is, how are you being called to step up and lead in this situation? And have you stepped up and gone into the leadership position? Because as we just spoke about, it is so imperative that you ask yourself, where do you want to be? Where do you want your love life to go? Stop being so focused on who is available, who is here, what you think is quote unquote possible. Your love life can change like that in a split second. You may meet someone tomorrow that changes everything forever. And I want you to know here within the priestess that you're definitely being called to step up and lead your love life the way you want. Stop asking yourself whether they will have you, whether they will like you, whether they will want to be with you. Do you even want to be with them? Is that even a future that you want for yourself? Do you want to continue to feel disrespected by being in a situationship? Or are you going to say to them, look, this is not what I'm going for. I believe that I'm worthy of more than this, and I'm not seeing you anymore. Step up or step out. That's what I'm getting here within the High Priestess. Now, within Answer the Call, let me tell you, group number 1, there is someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, that you had a romantic connection with, that will call you during the month of May. You're going to pick up that call and you are going to reminisce about the past, what could have been, and potentially even reignite that old spark. But trust me, group number 1, the month of May is full of surprises, romantically speaking, for you, with even more of these bits of information being revealed in part 2 of your reading. So what I'd like you to do now that we've received part 1 of your prediction, which was based on the group that you chose at the start of this video, is to scroll down into the comment section. Leave a butterfly emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you belong to group 1 and you watched your reading all the way to the end. Then click the timestamp of the element that corresponds to your zodiac sign, and you will be fast forwarded to part 2 of your May love prediction, which is based on your zodiac sign's element. And I'll catch you over there so we can delve into even more details and intricacies of what is coming towards your love life during the month of May. Hello, group number 2, and welcome to part 1 of your May love prediction. Now, you chose the Spirit Animal Oracle in connectivity to the fluorite crystals. So here I have this beautiful cloud-shaped fluorite crystal, and I'm going to explain to you precisely why you may have intuitively felt drawn to this stone. Now, fluorite is a mineral form of calcium fluoride, and it can be found all over the world, including Russia, China, Canada, South Africa, Mexico, and the United States. And I want you to know that fluorite has a multitude of different uses. This is like a rainbow fluorite. It also comes in kind of greenish colors, while here we have one that has some purple, some yellow, some different hues within it. And what this stone does is it helps to calm you down. This is thought to be a particularly good crystal for calming your nerves and assisting with focus as well as clear thinking. This crystal is also said to be super helpful and beneficial if you're on a journey to staying true to yourself and becoming more authentic in all areas of your life, including love, which may be precisely why you chose this stone that I just placed right up here for you, so its energy can radiate throughout your reading as we figure out what is coming towards you in your love life during the month of May. So let's see what we can expect for you, group number 2. First up, we've got the porcupine spirit, which corresponds to the number 48. Now, the porcupine spirit is trying to communicate to you that May will bring you a beginner mind. So rather than feeling like you want to base your romantic decisions off of the experiences you've already had, you're giving everyone a fair chance. You're allowing for people to have a fair chance and a clean slate, because the thing with you, group number 2, is that you don't like being judged and you don't want to judge others. Aside from that, in the porcupine spirit, I also see that there will be a connection with another person that feels like something you've never experienced before. You know, the first time kind of kissing and making out with someone and feeling all of the butterflies and everything just tingling all over your body. That kind of vibe is what I'm getting here in the porcupine spirit for you for the month of May, and kind of like letting your guard down a little. You know how the porcupine is actually full of these, if you will, like needles all over its skin. I'm not sure what they're actually called. I'm sure there's like a real name to it, but kind of like allowing for those to be brushed down in one direction, so you can, you know, when you pet a porcupine in the proper direction, that all of the little hairs, or shall I say the needles, are growing. You don't actually hurt yourself unless if you start petting them in the opposite direction. Then of course it's not going to be pretty, and if they feel agitated, they too will kind of like bolster up all of their little needles. So you're kind of being in a space where you're seeing things from the perspective of being cool. Now, next up here within the giraffe spirit, the thing is, like, you don't have to be cool, you're choosing to be cool. This showed up for us in reverse, this oracle card, and it actually brings us the notion of seeing the big picture. But the card showed up in reverse, which means we're going to be looking at a slightly different meaning to this card, and rather than seeing the big picture, I see that you're paying actually more attention to people's details when it comes to love during the month of May. Yeah, the big picture of someone may be that they are kind of successful, that they've got their life together, that they know what they're doing and where they're going. But if you get a little hint of someone being a little bit rude to either wait staff or just making some comments that seem kind of politically incorrect to you as well, it's a big red flag, and your alarm bells are immediately ringing. And I can see here within the armadillo spirit reverse that with you in the past, setting healthy boundaries were a thing that you struggled with, and I see that during the month of May, rather than those boundaries, for example, just being like normal, healthy boundaries, you literally want nothing to do with anyone romantically speaking that is going to quote unquote brush you, rub you the wrong way. because you just don't have the nerve for it anymore. You've dealt with so many individuals in the past who you gave chance after chance, and you're just realizing there's no point in that. Like, if someone needs second chances early on in a connection or a relationship, they will need a multitude, a plethora of additional chances later down the line, and you just don't have the time or the nerve for that whatsoever. I see that in May you have so many people who are reaching out to you. You have a lot of options, and when you've got options, romantically speaking, it's easy to just say to people, you know what, I don't want to be with you, or I think how you behaved was not really in alignment with what I'm looking for. And it's a lot simpler to just move on, really. And I don't know if I would say like to ghost people, because ghosting people can be mean depending on how much contact you had with them or how close that you were with them. But man, if you went on a date and the person was just kind of rude, I think they would know themselves that you just don't want to deal with them because of that behavior. But you can also explain it. Here within empowerment, I can see that in love, you're just no longer in a position where you feel like you have to be nice to people who don't really do the same for you. You know, you always try to protect other people's feelings. Group number 2, that is your issue. Protecting other people's feelings over the truth or like your feelings. And it's not that you don't want to do it differently. It's just, it can be hard because you're just naturally so caring. You're just naturally the kind of person who always wants to avoid hurting other people's emotions. And I see here that for the month of May, rather than just saying how you feel and hurting other people's feelings, actually you are catching flights, not feelings, and you are traveling, you're moving around, you're doing things, and honestly you're not really texting a lot during the month of May. I see that yes, you are more empowered to say the truth, but if you were seeing someone just for a little bit and in the end it didn't quite work out, or you felt like they were kind of rude or maybe even fetishizing you, then there's no point in even getting into a discussion. You don't even need to say too much. And that's also a feeling that I got this one time when I was on this date with this person, and they had said that all of their prior girlfriends were also mixed race and this and that. And I don't know if they thought I would think it was cute or that I would like that or think like, oh, thank God I'm your type. It was just so off-putting because you feel fetishized, you feel sexualized for just being you, for just existing, for just breathing, and you feel objectified. You feel like, okay, so that's why we're here, because I'm mixed race. Like there's nothing else that you would find important to vet or verify before you go on a date with someone. You know what I mean, group number 2? So I definitely see here that just staying away from situations that feel weird to you, just like that felt weird to me, is something that comes for you in May in a very natural and empowered sense. Now, next up, we've got don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in, group number 2? Ask yourself this question. How are you dimming yourself and your light just so you can fit in? And in what areas are you doing this? It could be clothing. It could be how you speak, how you articulate. It could be at your work, you know, how much you really want to stand out and show others that you actually do put in the hard work and that you care about the work that you do. It could also be in your family, never really being yourself because you know that they'll judge or that being yourself isn't really appreciated and valued. And I think for a lot of people, this can be something that leaks into their love life, and you may resonate with this too, group number 2. Let me explain. For example, if your family wasn't really there growing up to support you, like for example in your recitals, or if you had any kind of like performances, singing, dancing, sports games and so on, your parents didn't really show up to like PTA meetings the way they should have, didn't take that much interest in the hobbies that you had, you can then kind of feel as though it's not even worth talking to a romantic partner about this stuff because, well, nobody really ever like cared for it in your life anyways. You know, nobody ever really took any interest in it, and therefore you can sometimes dim lots of parts of yourself because you're just used to it. And when that kind of leaks over into your love life, it's not that it's detrimental, but it's something to become aware of and to remind yourself, hey, I have so much to offer that I'm holding back on. And just because others didn't appreciate it doesn't mean that I will pick a romantic partner who also doesn't care or doesn't appreciate. Like, that's the beautiful thing about love for you right now, group number 2. You get to pick whoever the F you want. You get to pick whoever you feel supports you in all of the right ways and also does things for you that no one has ever done before for you. Exactly. Look. Your guides have brought this card into your reading at this point in time for a reason. This oracle card is about breaking the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. That is exactly what we just spoke about. You can't make this up. Your guides are literally here guiding the perfect cards of this oracle into your prediction, group number 2, and reaffirming the fact that you are the one with whom this pattern ends. You are the one who can break this ancestral pattern, who can break the chain, who can get rid of this mindset and this way of treating one another, because you don't need to do this to your future kids. You don't need to do this to your future nieces and nephews. This is something that stops with you. I see it here with a no. Spirit is confirming you are setting boundaries. You're drawing a line in the sand. You are not allowing for this to be the norm. You are setting these boundaries up from May moving forward for your love life as an entirety, because you know that you deserve better. Group number 2, you don't have to put up with a lot of these things, and you are just overall the type of person who will pick better. You will pick better than your parents. You will pick better ways to parent and to also lead a relationship than what you saw happening around you. Now, with share your voice, come out of the cave, express yourself. As a child, I'm getting this whole being seen but not heard. So often feeling like, yeah, you are seen and your presence is acknowledged more or less, like, yeah, you're being fed and clothed and you've got a roof over your head, but there was no hearing of your voice, of your needs, of what you went through emotionally speaking, and where you may have needed some added support and an added support system. Parents who actually cared or showed up to the teacher's office and said, hey, my child is being bullied, who actually showed up with you and said to you, hey, how can I support you? How can I listen to you? How can I be here for you? How can I help you not have to go through all of this? Maybe invest my time, my energy, my money into you starting your own business or actually going to the school that you want to go to. And it's not to entirely just blame parents. A lot of parents don't know better or couldn't do better for whatever reason. But for you, group number 2, I don't want you to feel like the issue was with you or like you were in the wrong. The thing is just, all kids deserve amazing parents. However, not all parents deserve kids, point blank, period. So it is 100% time for you in May to share your voice and what you need, and to not continue what you've seen in your household and surrounding love growing up yourself. You are the one to break the chain, group number 2. And for that, I want you to know that it takes empowerment, it takes passion. You will learn as you travel, meet different people, go to different cultures. I see that in May, you know, you're booking flights, not catching feelings too much. You're enjoying your love life. But a lot of your love life is really about you, and it's about you and your past and the patterns, the things you grew up with, the things you learned, and now you deciding how you want it to carry on and what you want to be differently, group number 2, which I'm really excited for you to set clear boundaries on and to actually have a love life that not only sparks joy, but also makes you feel like you have broken any unhealthy patterns that could have been carried on but not on your watch. You wanted to do things differently and better, and that is something to be proud of. Now, group number 2, this is the first part of your reading that I received for you. We are not yet done. However, I would like you to leave a giraffe emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are part of group 2 and that you made it to the end of this portion of your reading. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get into the element of your zodiac signs reading. So each zodiac sign is based on an element, either fire, air, earth, or water. The links to that can be found below in the description box. So click the corresponding element of your zodiac sign, and you will be fast forwarded once you've clicked that timestamp to the second, even more intricate part of your May love prediction, in which we will get into more details about what's coming for your romantic life. So group number 2, I will catch you over there during the second part of your love reading. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to part 1 of your May love prediction. I'm so excited to get into this with you. Now, you chose the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards as well as the Black Obsidian Crystal. Now, let me tell you why you may have intuitively felt drawn to this stone. In case you didn't know, the Black Obsidian is a highly regarded protective stone. It's known for its abilities to block, absorb, and transform negative energies, and it is said to be a stone of extraordinary clarity with the ability to release any emotional, physical, or spiritual blockages and traumas. Now, this stone actually draws out stress and tension, and some people believe that this stone is black as night because what it does is actually absorb a lot of the unwanted negative energies and tension. So historically, the Black Obsidian Crystal is known for clearing traumas, detoxification, and encouraging your personal growth. So the Black Obsidian Crystal being part of your reading is most likely just what you need, group number 3, but let's get into it. So uncover all the details of your love life during the month of May. I can't believe it's already going to be May. Wild. So first up, we've got Master Buddha. In Master Buddha, we've got some increased awareness for you and a deep connection. Trust your inner voice. The month of May brings you a deep connection to your awareness and your intuition. Trust that inner voice when you feel like someone is not for you. Trust that inner voice when you are interested in someone. So here, when it comes to love, all right, if you feel as though it may, like, let me reach out to this person, let me text them, I haven't heard from them in a while, and I'm kind of interested in them. Do it, group number 3. Don't be afraid to, because that will only give you more data on whether this person is for you or not. It is not desperate. It doesn't make you seem needy. Trust me, if you haven't already reached out to this person 5 times before, it could be that you're just dealing with a really shy individual who doesn't know that it's okay to reach out to you, who doesn't know that you're actually wildly single or wildly available to being closer with them emotionally and also, of course, romantically. I see here within the Miriam that it's so important that you choose to heal through seeing things from other people's perspective too. So, of course, if you've reached out to someone a couple times and they've never really planned something with you, they've never really taken the opportunity to make sure that you would be together, then they're most likely just not that interested. However, remember that love has no boundaries, and sometimes just reaching out to someone and opening the door is all that they need to then be able to act and to be able to understand that you are interested and to put in more effort without the fear of being rejected. So the Miriam shows us here that you've got 2 sides to you. You've got a side that is pretty stern, direct, but also strict, and then you've got another side to you that is kind of soft and warm and welcoming. And sometimes you're leaning more heavily towards one side of your personality, and that's when you have to realize, hey, I have other ways of attracting a soulmate and my twin flame. And sometimes being a little softer is required, just like during the month of May. Now, the Archangel Michael shows us here that you are safe. Don't feel as though being soft means that you will run into another one of those psychos who just wants to take advantage of that or who sees that as a sign of weakness. Understand here that your concerns are valid, but at the same time, if you never let your guard down, how are you going to leave the door open for true love, for a romance that is like picture perfect, if you know what I mean, group number 3. So Archangel Michael is also the type of person that you're drawing into your life, romantically speaking, during the month of May. Someone with strong shoulders, with a face that is pretty symmetrical, light eyes, light hair, and someone who overall gives you this feeling of safety and like they know what they want. Because after all, Archangel Michael brings the message of trusting heaven, trusting your guides. Oh, we have one card that popped out as I was shuffling, and surrendering your concerns and therefore allowing for a miracle or romance to occur. So let's move a little more deeply into this group number 3. So the card that popped out of the pile was the Stag Spirit, and the stag stands for leadership. So next time you see a stag anywhere in the form of a symbol, and know that this is a sign to take the lead in your love life. And the Stag Spirit also shows us a connection to the element of earth. So I'm getting this Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy here, which are the signs that are most attracted to you this May. And what they really like in you is clarity. Earth signs love clarity. They love to also lead, but they are even more in love with someone who's clear on what they desire and what they want, because they can just act and make it better then. Next up, we've got the Wise Woman of the Grove. Now, this shows us here that the month of May is a month of a lot of grace and giving yourself grace, understanding that it is completely fine, human, and natural to want love, to crave a specific type of attention and love from another person, and not to feel like you're being super extra or like you want too much. You aren't, group number 3. You have the things that you desire and you want in your head, and there's a reason why those are your thoughts. There's a reason why that's what you feel drawn towards, and it's not just out of nowhere. It's not just because, it's because you are meant to have that in your life. There's a reason why you feel drawn to certain professions, certain looks, a certain type of behavior. And here the Mintakan is all about feeling this longing for home. Mintakans were said to be the original light workers, and Mintakans were said to be starseeds. Starseeds are individuals who believe that they have a connection to beings from other planets or galaxies. So if you never quite felt like planet Earth was home, hello, hi, group number 3, you are a Mintakan. A Mintakan is one of the many star systems that starseeds claim to originate from, and it's located in the Orion constellation, specifically in the star Mintaka, also known as the Delta Orionis. The star is approximately 900 light years away from Earth. And Mintakan starseeds are said to possess a lot of different, very distinct traits. And if these resonate with you that I'm about to share with you, then you may just be a Mintakan who is looking for a match that is potentially also a Mintakan, because you're just not vibing with these Earthlings here. Now, Mintakans are highly empathic. So Mintakan starseeds, they have a strong ability to feel and understand the emotions of others. So being with somebody who is emotionally unintelligent is a no-no for you. And Mintakans also have a heightened sense of intuition. So you have this very divine, intuitive inner guidance within you that has always protected you in the grand scheme. Even if at the time you felt as though things didn't work out precisely how you wanted them to, your intuition has never led you astray. Mintakans are also peace seekers, so you strive for harmony and peace within yourself and externally. You also have healing abilities. If you are a nurse, you work in the medical field, or you love plant medicine and you also are very conscious of what you put in your body because you want it to build and heal rather than to add more toxins, then that is another sign that you are in fact a Mintakan. With being very individualistic, that is a Mintakan thing too, wanting your freedom, your independence, and also being a visionary. So you often have very clear dreams or just like visions about the future that in the end have come true. Like if you think about what you desired in your future 3 years ago and where you are now, you have this connection from a vision to it becoming a reality that is stronger and very precise in actually manifesting things. So next up, we've got the ever unfolding rose. Now, the ever unfolding rose shows us here that your May love life is happening for you, not to you. So it's finally going to feel like things are happening for you. Things are aligning for you during your love life in May. You feel as though your love life is in a state where you are winning. Okay, so you have people in your life who are interested in you. Your love life is feeling exciting. Like you can finally pick the best one of the litter, so to say. And here with an unbound, you may almost feel a little bit like this is way out of character for you. Like usually you may be a lot more shy, a lot more conservative, you may hold back a lot more. But here during May, you're just not doing that anymore because you know who you are. You know you don't need to prove anything to anyone. You know that if you're having fun seeing multiple people, that doesn't always mean that you have to be intimate with them, to sleep with them, to kiss them, to do anything with them. You're just talking, you're just having a good time, you're just enjoying the attention. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with this, group number 3. And I want you to refrain from judging yourself because at the end of the day, also nobody needs to know. Like, of course you can tell people close to you, but you don't even like need to share too many details unless you really feel like this is someone whom you can truly trust. Now, in the club, I see that someone will try to make you do something that you don't want to do, hence why we literally just talked about not oversharing. Don't overshare with those friends that don't have an amazing love life themselves, who are in unhealthy, unhappy relationships. You know that friend, and I'm getting here a friend who is in a very unhappy relationship. Okay, this person's relationship is not what you would want. They don't speak highly of their partner, quite the opposite. They're having issues when it comes to finances, when it comes to being honest, and also intimacy. And they're trying to give you advice on your love life, group number 3. That's what I see here in the club. They're trying to make you do something in your love life that you don't want to do or you don't agree with. Don't do it. Check the source. The source isn't credible. Don't listen to them, all right? Because if you're not getting advice from someone whom you know is sensible or someone who is actually living the love life that you desire or you could see yourself having, it is not the kind of advice that you should act on, group number 3. You know better, and it's just important for you to distance yourself. Okay, we have a card that popped itself right side up, and I see here that within the mice, and you guys know I always tell you the truth, I do not sugarcoat anything. We've got discord amongst friends or family, and that's exactly what we just spoke about here within the club. This is about someone trying to give you advice to put you in the same position they're in, because of course if you follow their advice, what else is going to happen other than you getting similar results or the same results? It's obvious. You follow the same procedure, you get similar results. That's how life works. You do the same thing over and over again, you receive the same result over and over again. And literally the definition of insanity is repeating the same pattern and just praying for a different outcome. And here within the mice and the club, I definitely see that it's so essential in May that you keep your happiness and your love life to the absolute closest knit circle of yours or to yourself completely, because there is definitely a little bit of jealousy here. There is a little bit of advice giving that you don't need, group number 3, and I don't want you to take on. And even just opening that door to giving them information on who you're dating, who you're seeing, what kind of exciting new person is in your life, it's just going to open the door for their unsolicited advice that you don't want to follow anyways, so don't even give them that. So group number 3, this is the first part of your May reading that I've received for you, and I would like for you to actually leave a flower emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you chose group number 3. What we're going to do now is we're going to delve even more deeply into your reading, which is based on the element of your zodiac sign. So scroll back down into the description box or to the top of the comment section where I have the elements, all of them listed with the corresponding zodiac sign. So you can check what element that your zodiac sign belongs to and then receive the second part to your reading, which is the addition to part 1, which is the reading you just received now. And that will make for your May love prediction, a complete and highly personalized May love prediction. So group number 3, I will catch you during the second part of your May love reading. Hello, my beautiful fire signs, and welcome to the second part of your reading that's all about your love life during the month of May. I hope that you enjoyed picking from the first part of your prediction, but now let's talk all things Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius energy. So first up, we've got knowledge. I want you to know here that during the month of May, you are likely to meet someone in a library or in a learning type of setting. So this is like a school. This is a place where you're furthering your education, you're taking a course, you're taking a class, you're overall just expanding your knowledge. And while you're doing that, you may also find it a little tricky to focus on the tasks and subjects at hand because you've got this very hot person in front of you that you want to get to know. You want to get to know a little more, and I see that this is a really beautiful mixture for you for the month of May because for one, you are doing something for yourself, for your own self-development, for your future, and you're also enjoying some romance and some flirtation during that time. I see here within the sacrifice that there is something coming towards you during the month of May where you're going to have to let go. You're going to have to let go to invite in the new, if that makes any sense. So it is definitely a sacrifice of your time, right? To be learning, studying at the library, at this course, and therefore not being able to go out with your friends or spend as much time with family and other people and just doing things that you want to do. So the learning at first may seem like a sacrifice, but of course then once you have someone in your life, or shall I say in your learning space, like a crush that you have in school, at the workplace, at this like course, you're going to think to yourself, oh, actually, I'm kind of happy that I sacrificed my time to be here because I get to flirt. It's like people who are way more excited to come to work when they have like a work crush or a school crush, rather than if they wouldn't have that crush where they have to show up and learn and grow and do the extra work. Now with resurrection, I see that there's a comeback. We also have master number 44. So this is an ex that you're probably thinking of immediately within this reading. Someone that you know has always liked you, has always seen you as a potential like future spouse, future person to be with. And here we also have 4 black cats. Now these 4 black cats, they look a little grumpy, don't they? But I want you to know here that the number 4 is a number of stability. It is a number of building. Having the number 4 show up twice, it is indicative of the fact that an ex coming back means that they do want to be serious. They have learned, they have become more intelligent since the last time you were with them. They have actually done some internal work in order to grow. Now, whether that's enough to actually make a relationship with you work, my gorgeous fire sign, you know best when it comes to this person, because I am also getting a little bit of this vibe of them having learned and understood what went wrong, but at the same time, in the long term, the sacrifice of not being themselves or not getting their way may actually bring up the same arguments that you had in the past and the same friction that you had before. So I just want to point out to you, my gorgeous fire sign here in resurrection, we've got someone trying to make a comeback. They've recovered, they've changed, they've actually put in a lot of effort to be different and to show you that they want to do better. and that they want to be with you. However, again, it is up to you to decide whether you ever want to give this a shot again, or if you want to move forward with your new work crush, your new crush, as you're educating yourself. Now, we have another card that popped right out as I was shuffling, and I am so excited to get this card into the reading. I'm just readjusting our little foliage here on the side. So this is a door of heart healing. Morning now has had its time. Do not play it a single dime. Emerge from the darkness. A new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. So your guides are trying to say to you, it's time for you to heal your heart and move on. Embrace what is now emerging from the darkness that you were in. All my gorgeous fire signs, if you felt like you were in a dark place from a breakup, from a relationship that you hoped would last a lifetime or at least a very long time, and it ended up not going that way, I just want to remind you of the fact that going back is often a mistake for a lot of people, because once you get out of that dark place, there is so much more light, so much more to discover romantically for you than you thought possible before, because you've now increased your confidence. And I want to see here what going through another lighter door will do. So first you come up from the dungeon. That's what we've got over here in this card that we received of your heart healing. And now you're up in the light. Now we are in a space where light is actually flooding the area. Now this is about passages. Spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. We've got a lot of passages that are visible here, and walking through these passages in the light, in a spot where you don't feel so confined, where you don't feel so alone. So that means having realized you're worth so much more than your ex gave you. You're worth so much more attention, love, respect, adoration, and commitment. You are worthy of knowing the truth and having someone around you who actually knows how to keep it in their pants and be faithful to you. And I also see here within passages that actually at the moment your guides are trying to say to you, have fun in your love life first and foremost. Don't feel like it has to be so black and white, or that you have to decide about settling down, buying a house, having kids, and so on. These passages show that there are a lot of different modern solutions to things that you feel like you should immediately be doing, or like you should actually be focusing on. Now the squirrel spirit showed up for us in reverse, and this is giving you, excuse me, my gorgeous fire sign, I didn't mean to drop that. The squirrel spirit in reverse is giving us this energy that it's time for you to believe in yourself a lot more than you ever have, and to bring that to your love life too. I'm getting this vibe that it's time for you to not be so afraid when you're intimate with another person, to not be so worried about whether they like what's going on or not, whether they find you attractive, whether they think you're hot. I definitely see like it is time to grow out of that, because in a way, it's childish. You know, they're there with you. They want to be intimate with you. It's not like they've never seen a pimple before. It's not like they've never seen cellulite in their life before. It's not like they've never seen uneven skin or body hair before. So the thing is, often we overthink, and we also forget the other person is maybe thinking the same. Most frequently they are thinking, oh my God, do they like me? Do they even find me attractive? Do they even really want to be here? So two people overthinking about what the other person thinks. Anyone that you're intimate with is not really going to notice all of these nitty-gritty little details that you're worried about. Now the turkey spirit is a sign that in May, you're about to give with gratitude and grace. You're about to give love. After all, this is a love reading. And you being in the spirit of giving attention, giving love, giving a part of you, it definitely shows here that we have a lot that we can expect to come back in a karmic sense to you. So whenever you give freely and without expectation, you're often rewarded with far greater results than you expected, because again, you weren't expecting, right? You did not do anything because you felt like you had to. Now the Nightingale spirit shows us that in May, love is all around for you, all my beautiful fire signs. And when love is all around, you also have the confidence to walk away. You have the confidence to leave a relationship, to leave a connection where it is, if you feel like it's not actually developing into anything serious or into anything that is aligned with your values. And the Nightingale spirit also shows us here that the more you actually talk about love in general, so if you go on a date or you meet with someone and you just say, well, this is kind of the love I want, and you say it confidently, the more you'll actually find that people really want to be with you. Like, for example, if you really want to get married at some point, rather than keeping it to yourself and just energetically exuding that energy and it having like an air of desperation, when you date, you just literally say, I'm not really interested in doing like a lot of dating. I am happy by myself. I love my life, and actually I'm looking to be serious and get married. I'm not really looking to do this long dating and kind of boyfriend girlfriend thing. And when you say that in a real, and I don't want to say convincing, but just authentic kind of energy and vibe, trust me, that makes people think to themselves, wow, this person is confident, they know what they want, they don't care to spook or scare me off. And that actually does raise your level of attractiveness, my gorgeous fire signs. So don't be afraid to exude the fire sign energy of knowing what you want, being passionate about it, enthusiastic. And also, you're the more spontaneous signs of the zodiac. Don't be afraid to ask people out just spontaneously to do something. You would be surprised at how many people love the spontaneity that you bring to the table. And being a fire sign also comes with sometimes having the weight of the world on your shoulders, but not being able to talk about it because people always expect you to have a solution. Confide in your best friend, confide in your lover, confide in someone that you know you can at least keep some of these feelings safe with, but not have to carry them around with you all the time. Because as a fire sign, when it comes to love, you're pretty protective and you want what's best for your lover and your family. Sometimes that can be at the expense of your own mental health, and that's something that Spirit also just wants to be vocal about with you, my beautiful fire sign, and remind you that you don't always have to carry everything by yourself. You also have equals, friends, family, lovers that you can talk to about exactly what it is that is making your life feel a little more tense, and that's completely fine. And furthermore, I do also want you to know that the month of May will teach you a lot more about love. So you will be reading a book about love in itself. So not just educating yourself in general, but also reading a book such as, a book about love languages, about attachment styles. There's also this 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty, just as some examples of books that you will come across and think to yourself, maybe I should read this, and you will learn so much about yourself, past relationships, and what you want in future relationships. Now, my beautiful fire sign, this is the reading that I received for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a little bird emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you're a fire sign, and that you made it to the end of the second part of your reading. And if you enjoyed being in this space, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So my beautiful Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius babies, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful air signs, my Libras, Aquarius, and Gemini babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May love predictions. Let's get into it, shall we? I want to see precisely what's coming towards you during the month of May. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of your reading where you got to pick from the 3 groups. But now, let's talk all things air sign energy, shall we? So, you are said to be very social, adventurous, and creative signs of the zodiac. And what this means here for the month of May is actually, it will feel like you're someone's prey. It will feel as though someone really wants to be with you. However, feeling like prey, now of course if you have a kink for feeling like someone is after you, wants you, is constantly trying to get in touch with you, a little bit of that extra. So for some, it may feel too much, is what I'm trying to say. It may feel overbearing, but some people also like when they're being texted and called a lot. It can be a red flag. It can be genuine interest. Of course, it always depends on the situation. But I do see here that for you, my air sign babies, you feel a little bit as though there is someone interested in you that is encroaching on your personal space during the month of May. And it's going to make you feel a little bit annoyed. At first, of course, you will feel like it is flattering, but then I do see that after a while, you feel as though it is a little suffocating. And that's when it's time for you to speak up. That's when it's time for you to let the person know that you're either interested and need a little more space, or that you're not interested at all, and honestly, they're being a bit of a stalker. Next up, we've got eternal youth. Now, the thing with you, my gorgeous air sign, is that people, when they see you, especially with a little bit of a baby face, looking very youthful and having very young energy, sometimes they think they can just act however they want. Sometimes they think they can call you whenever they want. They can get your attention whenever they desire. And I see here with eternal youth that kind of is the downside to your look, so to say, especially if you also have like a small frame. That adds to it even more. If you have like small hands, fingers, very like round, big, beady kind of eyes that look very innocent. If you dress not childish, but you know, in a way that shows that you don't mind giving a little bit of a youthful energy into the mix, that is going to attract some people that have very dominant, a little bit overbearing energy. In some cases, it can be attractive. In some cases, it could be annoying. And I see here within Primal that the thing is like, you've got to remind yourself that on one hand, yes, in May you will attract some people who just have this primal instinct to flock towards the youthful energy you're exuding. And youthful energy is something that has nothing to do with age. You can still have really youthful energy and be older. Like, there are a lot of people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, if you compare them to their age mates or to other people who work in the same field as them, but they just have really youthful energy. You would never believe they're the same age. So that really makes a huge difference and impact. And I see here that you are actually attracting people who love this youthful energy in a very primal sense. They don't get that what they're really attracted to is your youthful energy, but that is what is actually drawing them in. It's almost like you're this person who has this nectar, and you're just like attracting all of these bees, these hummingbirds, these creatures to you during the month of May. Not to call people who are interested in you that they're creatures, but the thing is, like, you are giving off availability, and that will have some really good prospects show up for you during the month of May, and also some that you're maybe not interested in, but they see it as a challenge. And that's where, as an air sign, you got to use that communication of yours that can be very direct, and you got to not be afraid to hurt people's feelings, because you also need to make sure that you're safe and that you communicate very clearly what you want. Okay, I see here that you're attracting men. No wonder Spirit wants you to be very straightforward and blunt about how you feel. Now, you are attracting a rather conservative, rather dominant, a little bit primal instinct type man. And I definitely see here that May will bring a connection with a man that loves the youthful energy, that thinks you are really attractive, especially on the outside as well. And I see here within the dolphin that this is actually bringing you financial gain. So you are getting this quote unquote financial gain now. So them taking you out, gifting you, making sure that you're taken care of, even cash apping you, giving you gifts, right? Paying for things to be around you. And I see here within the dolphin that why you're getting this now is because you've been putting in a lot of effort for a long time. All right, my gorgeous air signs, you have been like eating healthy, taking care of yourself mentally, physically. Like, those gym passes don't pay themselves. Those body lotions, that face cream, it didn't buy itself. So now you're kind of reaping the rewards of having taken care of yourself. Gorgeous air signs, you can't make this up. This deck has over 200 individual cards. And for you to receive the man and then the dark man, this is a confirmation of who's coming towards you in May. We've got dealings or a relationship with a man with a dark complexion or dark hair. All right, this is what's happening for you in May. I want you to know that you've got someone here who is older, who is more mature, who has very much super, super masculine energy, and you have to learn to lead. You have to learn to say what is okay and what isn't, what you're happy with and what is too much. You have to learn to set boundaries. Learn to be direct and make the relationship and the connection how you want it to be. Because if you don't do that, then of course you will feel in a way controlled, like prey, a little bit annoyed. Sure, parts of you may like the person and may like the connection, but over time it will feel a little bit like suffocating. So that's why right from the start you have to remember you are the prize, you're the one with the eternal youth, you are the one who makes people's primal instincts activate to be around someone and something so beautiful and youthful, and to use that to your advantage. You have nothing to lose. The thing is, you may be afraid to lose someone who is doing so much for you. And we also see that here within the dolphin, who is bringing a lot of happiness to your life as well as material gain. But trust me, you are in the position of power, but you have to say things with complete confidence and make sure that that is truly what you desire. Because when you say things on wonky grounds in a shaky, insecure way, that is when you can fall prey to someone being very controlling. But if you set your standards and your boundaries wholeheartedly with a lot of conviction and confidence from the start, you will get that respect that you need, and your love life will be transformed. It will be the best it's ever been. Trust me, all my gorgeous air signs. So use that communicative part of yourself that you've got as an air sign, the master of words, the master of the psyche and the mental realm. You've got this. Now, my gorgeous air signs, leave a dolphin emoji below if you watched this reading to the end and you enjoyed putting together your two-part prediction. Also, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to never miss out on another reading. I have not missed out on a monthly prediction in literally years, and I've got over 600 videos on my channel. And my gorgeous air signs, aside from that, know that I'm sending you so much love and appreciation, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful earth signs. Welcome to the second, more intricate part of your May love predictions. I hope that you enjoyed part one, which you got to pick from during the intro of this video. But now let's talk all things Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo for the month of May and see what's coming towards you. So first up, we have got primal. I can see that the month of May is bringing out some primal instincts in you. I see that there is either some chasing that you're doing or allowing for someone to chase you, depending on what your primal instinct is. Maybe you're someone who prefers to be pursued, then you're going to take a seat back and watch secret admirers come out of the woodworks and pursue you during the month of May. If you're someone who likes to be active, who likes to pursue others, you're going to get out there and get precisely what you desire out of love, because once again, that primal instinct is kicking in for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn during the month of May, and you're going for everything that you've ever wanted in love, and it's looking pretty good on you. Next up, we've got the hunter. Yes, we've got a hunter involved in this, and it works perfectly with primal, and the hunter is the aggressor, the tracker, the provider too. So we will have a hunter's energy within your love life during the month of May. And I want you to know that this brings a really amazing kind of balance into the mix when we've got masculine and feminine energy, both present in large quantities. It creates some sort of very sexy tension, so to say. And I see that this is precisely the type of tension you were looking for. You don't like lukewarm connections. You're not really into relationships in which the lines are super blurred and it's like something between a friendship and something romantic. I can see here that clarity is precisely what you're seeking for during the month of May. Next up, we've got the Enchanted Fern Grotto. So I do see here that you will be spending time with a hunter, basically in your enchanted fern grotto, so in your little refuge, in your home, in private. So you will be going to the hunter's home, or the hunter will come to your home. As weird and scary as that sounds, somehow it reminds me of Vampire Diaries. If you feel the same way, let me know in the comment section. I would be thrilled to read from you guys whether you also get that vibe. But I mean, in here, we've got this connection in May where you feel safe, you feel pursued, you feel attractive, you feel like the prize. And I see here with the maple spirit that you're also in a very generous, fun-loving type of vibe where, yeah, you want to spend a little bit more time exploring love. You want to spend more time with someone that you're interested in, romantically speaking, during the month of May. You want to explore where the connection can go. And as we spoke about within Primal and the Hunter, right, we've got someone with whom you have this electrifying, very sizzling, sensual chemistry with. And then being in a private space with them, spending a lot of time generously getting to know them, that's going to strengthen this connection that we have coming for you during the month of May. So your dating life is looking very interesting, my gorgeous earth signs, and it's looking like you're going to experience a lot of pleasure, a lot of fun. The Phoenix shows us some transmutation, so you may have at one point thought that you were like damaged goods, that for some reason nobody would want you in that sense, or it would be hard to find someone of amazing quality. For one, you may have been traumatized from your past. For two, it may sometimes also feel like the quality of people to date out here is subpar. And I totally get you if that's how you feel, because honestly, I felt that way as well in the past, because sometimes you do just bump into person after person that just feels, and it just feels like they're so self-absorbed and so much into what they want that a partnership isn't even in the same atmosphere. It's not even on the same planet. And in Serapis Bay, I can see that the month of May actually allows you to move into your true self, to rise above the darkness, and to really understand that, yeah, you know what, this is my month to shine. This is my month to transmute those limiting beliefs that I had about myself in regards to romantic love into beliefs that just show that, yeah, I am irreplaceable. I am special. I am one in a million. I am someone that is worthy of amazing love, amazing attention, and respect. I see here within El Moria that the universe is with you. It's time for you to wear a cloak of protection and love, my gorgeous, gorgeous earth signs. The thing is here with El Moria and the month of May, your cloak of protection could be to not give away too much of yourself too early on, so keeping some things about yourself to yourself in love until you better get to know someone, until you feel like they've actually earned that piece of information from you. So, for example, when you meet someone and you feel like it's too early to share too much about your past relationships, your traumas, and so on, you may just keep things very light and just say to them, yeah, I didn't quite see eye to eye with the people I was previously dating, so we went our separate ways. And it's completely okay for you to protect yourself in that sense, because not everybody needs to know. How many connections start off as something, and then after a couple of weeks or months, they turn into strangers. So they don't need to know your deepest, darkest secrets just to then later on have proven that they weren't your husband, your wife, your forever partner anyways. Focus on passion, focus on fun. The month of May is about you having a good time and enjoying this period in your life where you are definitely the one who has this hunter energy, who has this being wanted, being lusted after type of relationship in their life. And the thing is, you won't always feel this. Once you've settled down, that will calm down most likely in some ebbs and flows of that relationship that you'll be in, if you choose to settle down, of course. But you get what I'm saying. Most people are single, ready to mingle, and in a fun position of being able to choose and being lusted after just for a short period of time, if we compare that to their entire dating history that they will have amassed at the end of their lives. So enjoy this period. It's special. Enjoy the attention. Enjoy that you actually do make a lot of people think pretty naughty things about you when they see you. You make a lot of people think to themselves like, oh, this person's pretty cute. This person's pretty hot. And I see here that in May, you've got good luck that's yours, my absolutely beautiful earth sign baby. You have all of the good fortune on your side that you could need. And we also have this cat that symbolizes good luck for you during the month of May. So a big fluffy cat. We have some sort of like gray, blackish type of fur. We have a crown on this cat. We have piercing green, yellowish type of eyes. And if you see this cat shortly after this reading, you know this is confirmation of the amazing look. Of course, the cat minus the crown, but who knows? Maybe you'll also see a cat with a crown. And I definitely want you to know, my absolutely stunning earth sign baby, that the month of May is looking prosperous for your love life. It's looking promising. It's looking as though you will have an amazing time. You are in control. You are wanted. You are lusted after. Enjoy the moment. You are the moment. Now, my absolutely beautiful earth sign baby, this is the reading that I received for you. Make sure you leave a cat emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here and that you're an earth sign and you watched your reading to the end. Furthermore, if you enjoyed this reading, of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you will never miss another prediction. Know that I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful water signs. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your May love predictions. So we can add on to part one that you got to pick from during the intro of this video. By the way, if you love this super interactive video format where you get to put together your very own reading, make sure that you subscribe to my channel to let me know that you feel comfortable in this safe space here on YouTube. So now, my beautiful Cancerians, Scorpios, and Pisces, let's get into your reading. So we have transmission. I see that your love life is actually going to have this very close friendship where you can talk to a bestie about some things that are going on in your love life. You can giggle about it, you can laugh about it, and just have a good time together. So you're confiding in someone who gets you, who wants the best for you, and I can definitely see here that you're also getting some amazing advice about your love situation from someone who you know has a great relationship themselves, someone who you know has your best interests at heart, and who is a level-headed, realistic type of person. And the thing that they're helping you with is to have more confidence, to be a little more cheeky. I see that you, right here on the left, you are a little bit more innocent, and it's not that you haven't had any romantic experience whatsoever, but it's just you're still learning how to play the game. And I see that your friend, on the other hand, you will never share this with potential romantic partners, but you have a way of making sure that you set yourself up for success, romantically speaking. And I see that you're learning from others. And also I see you reading books that can help you with this too, for your romantic life and just for you to get the treatment that you want. So there are a lot of different books, such as this book called Why Men Love Bitches, getting to I Do. Honestly, just so many books that help you create a dynamic that you want. Of course, these are just like a few famous ones that I've seen that I named, but there are so many more. There are also some books called Why Men Don't Love Women Like You, and so on. Of course, this is from a female perspective. I want you to swap out the pronouns, the type of books, depending on the relationship you're interested in. But of course, these are the ones that I have seen or heard of from friends that have been wildly helpful for them in actually knowing how to play the game, romantically speaking. So you're really upping the level of your personal game. Here with a nightmare. You are someone's kryptonite, my gorgeous water sign baby. You're someone's downfall. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in the sense of once they are in love with you, they are in love with you. There is no saving them. And they are going to helplessly be at the mercy of whatever it is that you desire. And I can see here that May and you learning more of how to play the game is just making you very quote unquote dangerous. It's making you this person that is strategic, yet still loving, confident, very sexy, and just understands their worth and their value. And this is something that is rare. This is something that not many people have seen and encountered. So actually having you as a romantic partner is like a dream for many people that you come across here in May. Now here we have master number 33 and the horse spirit. So May really brings a lot of freedom and fun to you because you're not kind of strapped to one person. You can do whatever you want and you're enjoying the freedom for the first time. Before, you kind of felt a little bit of scarcity when it came to dating, and you were this good girl. You were this innocent person that felt like, well, I'm talking to this person and I like them, so let me cut everyone else off. And now you're learning, no, you can be friends, you can talk, even if you like them romantically speaking. You don't have to get rid of everyone else. See who crystallizes themselves out of the crowd. See who proves to be the actual best prospect, not who is just nice this week. So the month of May brings you a lot of freedom and strategy. Next up, we have the Wasp Spirit. Now, the thing here with May is that you will learn that not playing the game just ends up putting you in a position that is weaker than it needs to be, because sometimes life stings. That's what the Wasp Spirit is trying to communicate with you. Now, what this means is that, trust me, all my gorgeous water signs, if you don't make sure that you protect yourself and you don't make sure that you're smart in your approach to love, then love can be challenging. Love will most likely also be a little bit torturous. And we're avoiding that completely during the month of May. I see here in the Wild Rose Fairy that actually the more in control you are of your emotions and of your love life, the more you will even get to experience love. So rather than feeling like being strategic, oh, it's taking away from love, I'm not really able to like enjoy or experience love in that way. No such thing. You are experiencing love. You are able to let go and let loose and enjoy. But the thing is, like, you vet people first now. You don't just let anyone see your soft side. You don't just give anyone permission to know you more intimately than even some of your best friends or your own parents. That is saved for people who have earned your trust, your respect, and who have shown that they're a safe person to express love around. Next up, we have the Forest Temple. So you're coming to this huge enlightenment, this huge aha moment during the month of May, where you're just like, oh my God, this is how it works. This is how I can safely date, protect my heart, and still have fun. Because trust me, dating seems scary until you have your system, until you have your vetting program. So how you vet people and the boxes you tick off until you allow them to truly know you. Dating is so easy and fun when you also always remind yourself that you have a plethora of options. And you are comfortable by yourself until you find the special someone, when you have no stress, no pressure, and you don't read too much meaning into individual people and make them super special until you know they are the one. And until then, you keep your options open. Do not let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. I've said it time and time again. And you are actually doing this philosophy during the month of May. And I'm so proud of you for not getting hung up on one person during the month of May that isn't 100% decidedly for you, that you haven't kind of vetted enough and made to overcome enough obstacles to really tell you, hey, this is the one. Now, your guides are also telling you it's time in May to take a break. So there will be some dating, there will be some having a good time, there will be a lot of teasing, a lot of fun, but then there will also be a time where you feel like you just need a break. You don't want to talk to anyone, you don't want to deal with anyone, and you just want to be by yourself. And taking a break is amazing for you to, as we said, educate yourself, read, learn the game, learn how you want things to work in your relationships. And then you will have your plan before you start to actually, you can then confidently act on, because sometimes you just need time to think and to let things marinate. So here within Leap, know that the month of May will be a month of taking a leap, and you go first. The universe will catch you. You will be able to talk to someone first without feeling as though that is compromising any kind of receptive feminine energy in yours. So the leap shows us here that you are learning the act of taking the first step without actually taking the first step. You know how in the old days people used to say that women, actually it's not like men approached them first. What women did is they would like drop their handkerchief because they actually chose the man in front of whom they wanted to just drop the little handkerchief so he could pick it up and they can then start a conversation. He thinks he chose her. He thinks he started talking to her. He thinks he struck up the conversation. But actually, she selected him way before he even knew he was the target. See, that's the kind of energy that I'm getting for you for May. That's the kind of strategy. You know, it's sexy. It's very smart, it's intelligent. It is this energy of confidence, this air of picking what you want without it actually seeming like you are the aggressor or you are the one putting themselves out there or making themselves in any way, shape, or form ever look desperate. So you're mastering the art of love during the month of May in a way that you have not been able to before, and that is something to look forward to. That is something to be proud of. Now, my absolutely beautiful water sign, this is the reading that I received for you, the second part of your May prediction. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Don't be shy, leave a little fairy emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you made it to the end of this reading, because that's the only way you would know, to leave this emoji below in the comment section. And my beautiful water sign babies, wherever you are in this world, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.